business in the chat. I'm your invisible host, Modash. How you guys doing? Guys, can you hear
How are
me?
you?
Yo,
Oh, yes.
my network is
Yeah.
yo. Okay, guys. So unfortunately, today you won't be able to see me with my bubbly face. I don't I don't want to postpone the webinar. You know how we struggle to get the session going. So so the first segment of the session, we're going to be
I
talking
think
about you as an entrepreneur, and then the second part of the session, we're going to be talking about the topic, the tactics of marketing small businesses.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
So,
excited.
right. So, Tabang, it's Hato. Since you are there first. So, can you please introduce yourself and tell us about business?
thank you very much for the opportunity. Everyone who's here who I can't see. My name is Lorato. I'm a marketing coach. I help small business owners market their businesses online using content marketing. I have been preparing for my business a year. Oh wait, wow. It's been a year now of me actually learning about marketing, educating myself so that I'm able to actually help out business owners. This was a problem that who identified during my own journey. When I started off, I was supposed to be starting a journey. I decided later on that it wasn't something that I was passionate about, so I changed to becoming a marketing coach. Marketing mostly because I saw just how much people were struggling with actually getting clients, because they didn't know how to represent themselves. They did not know what to say. They didn't know how to actually connect. Sometimes they genuinely didn't even know who their audience was, which was, it's a lot to work with. Hey, what I do, I work with small business owners, startup businesses, to actually get through on the online media. I think that sums it up.
Thank you so much, Lerato. That was an awesome intro. Our next guest speaker is Kitty. Are you ready?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Kitty. I'm a visibility strategist. I've had this business for about 2 years, my assistants. But I've actually been in marketing for a little over 10 years. I started off as a marketing assistant. I was in corporate. So I've had the bit of working in the corporate world before going off and doing my own thing. So what I do is not unlike what Lerato and Tepang do, but I focus more on overall visibility. So not just the digital aspect of it. I work with influencers and micro influencers. I do a little bit of PR as well. So I try to help small and medium sized businesses be seen, like create some sort of brand awareness for themselves, whether it's online or offline. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. That was quite interesting. We're going to talk a lot about that. Am I ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tepang Langa. I have intentional marketing agency. It's a digital marketing agency that helps businesses grow their online presence, build an Okay, it seems like she.
Oh my God. Yeah, so, okay, wait for her. Lerato. So, what did you to start the whole business thing?
The reason why I ended up starting my business, I feel like I have actually spoken about the whole story. I finished my matric and I had to take a gap year. So during the gap year, I got one in marketing. I was one of the people who comes to open an account. Those people, yes, I was one of them. So I did that for some time. I did it for 2 weeks. It hurt. I was working 12 hours. Yes, I was hours that job is paid. I have so much respect for those people. So Sepang is here.
No, you can continue. You can continue, and then I will put Sepang back on.
Okay. Did 2 weeks and then sorry.
I'm saying
guys,
I can put.
So,
My God, like what's going on? Hey, Jesus Christ! I
A deep breath.
yo.
Hmm.
Okay, Lerato.
I'll keep it short so that I can move on with what she was saying.
Come again.
I was saying you, but I'll keep it short so that Sepang can move on with what she was saying.
Yo, Jeso. Like, is it my network or is everyone struggling?
Okay.
Yo, okay, yeah, yo,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
Mike was breaking. No, guys, I don't know what's. Okay, let's do this. Tapang, I'm gonna give you a chance and let's see if it works out.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yes.
can I continue with my introduction?
Yeah.
Hi guys, again, Sepang Langa. I am the founder of a digital intentional marketing agency, and we has businesses grow their online presence, online communities, and make consistency. I started the agency at the start of the pandemic. It as a response to what the pandemic business owners, many of them didn't had brick and mortar, right, to help them stay top of mind during lockdown, even though to go physically to the stores, create social media pages and websites, and online presence overall. So that's how I got into marketing.
And then, what inspired you to start your business?
So before, so started is that I used to have a blog, and because of the blog, there were certain that the blog could be successful, and one of them was marketing. And so when lockdown hit, it was really sad to see how it is. I mean, my mom, my aunt, my grandmother was who badly affected by lockdown. I started just trying to help them, but actually I could help a lot more this time because these are services that they actually, yes, what the lockdown was what inspired me to start.
Oh, we all got a lot of inspiration back then, I must say. So, Lerato, yeah, you can now continue then.
Okay. So where was I? I I think it's like
Lerato,
KFC. Oh.
Lerato, Lerato, hold on a bit. Your mic is breaking. I don't know
Like cutting.
if are you using your mic is breaking. Something is wrong with your connection, your mic or something. Because it's also giving feedback.
The problem is
It's also giving us feedback. Are you using a mic or is it technology? Not technology. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Can you try and speak and let's see if it still does? Now we can't hear you. And now we
No, I
can't
can't
hear
hear.
you.
Yeah. Or maybe there's a bit of a delay as well.
Okay, I'm gonna put you Kitty in while she tries to like she logged out. Okay, Kitty, you can yeah, you can tell us what inspired you to start your own business.
I think I've always been like a little bit of a hustler. I love making money. I love money. I mean, when I
Yeah.
was in high school, I used to sell, you know, those muffins when they first came out. So I was in high school a long time ago, guys, so don't judge me. But like those muffin trays, when they first came out, I would go and buy them at Spar and then like take them home and in the morning warm them up and put them in a Tupperware, like I bake them and then sell them on the bus on my way to school and sell them at school. So I've always like just had a thing for making money. And a few years later, I started a virtual assistant business. I didn't know that it was a virtual assistant business because it wasn't a big thing then, but I knew I wanted to make money. I think I just moved to Joburg as well, and I needed a little bit of extra cash. But in terms of what I do now, it's obviously an offshoot from what I did in the corporate world. 2020 really affected the company that I worked for, and it's a big company. It's one of the largest suppliers of labor in the country, and so a lot of us got retrenched. And you know, I think I'd been praying for a gap to sort of do my own thing. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it as a side hustle and also keep my job because that job in itself was quite demanding. So when I got retrenched, I actually looked at it as the opportunity or like my prayers being answered, that I should go ahead and do this thing for myself. And I mean, I must say it's not the first time I've started a business, a formal business, but this has been very different because I don't have the backing of a corporate salary. It's like all me, all day, all the time. So on one hand, while it afforded me a lot of great connections from getting like my first few clients through people that I'd worked with before, I've had to like pick up a whole other set of skills, which I actually never thought of I needed, like financial management, and like looking after my books and you know that sort of thing. So it's been I don't want to use the word roller coaster because everyone says roller coaster, but it's been an interesting journey. And what I found is that I'm actually learning so much more now doing this on my own. Then I think I'd hit a plateau when I was in corporate. Like I'd hit a wall. Like further up, I don't know, like chief marketing officer. You know what I mean? So I did hit a bit of a plateau there, but this has really given me the opportunity to tap into a whole lot of other skills that I didn't realize I would need. But also hold myself more accountable because I don't have the luxury of come rain or shine on the 25th, FNB sending me a lovely smiley face with, you know, money. So yeah, like that's really how I got into this, and Sometimes I wonder if I'm crazy because I'm not as young as you guys. I do have 2 kids. I am a single mom. So sometimes I sit and I think to myself, is this the dumbest thing you have ever done in your life?
Not
Yeah.
even.
Only
Alright.
time will
Rato, are you ready?
I am hoping that I'm ready.
Now you fine. Yes, yes. Now you perfectly sounding. Yeah.
Please. Okay, so I'm gonna start from scratch.
Yeah. We can't Lerato, a re kgutle yaanong. Lerato, we can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, Lerato, a re kgone go go utlwa. Okay. So I'd like the challenges in your guys' business. So Thabang, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
When I first started,
Okay.
my
Wait, sorry. I just want to put you in there. How? Now my thing is freezing. Oh, guys. I'm not having the best of days. Wait. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay. There we go.
can I go?
Yeah.
Okay. So the challenges that I have are not the same challenges that I had when I first started. When I first started my business, the biggest challenge managing my time because I was still in varsity at the time, something completely different to what I'm doing right now. I mean, I studied. It was the challenge of to online learning because of the pandemic, and that I'm getting into, where I still have one of my biggest challenges when I started was everything that was happening in my life at the time. Challenge now that I'm doing have the distraction of school or anything else. This is what I do 24/7 now, is keeping clients a longer period of time. A lot of the clients that I either one will just do it once off, or service for like only 3 months and then never have to renew. And they don't renew their contract. And one of the biggest rejections, they can't afford it. So I think two challenges that I have right now in my business.
All right. All right. Okay. Kitty, are you ready?
Yeah, so I mean, I think from a client retention perspective, I fully agree with Sepang. I think because we service, while we welcome international clients, they are few and far between. So the majority, and I imagine it's the same for Sepang, the majority of our clients are South African-based clients, and it always boils down to budget. And I still don't believe that, especially South African small business owners, I'm still not entirely convinced that they actually see the real value for marketing and social media, or brand, or partnering as a brand with UGC creators or influencers. So I think they still treat their businesses very separate from marketing. It's almost like marketing is an optional um, part of their businesses, and it really isn't. In fact, marketing should be very much ingrained in your business as a business owner, whether you are a social media manager, whether your business is social media management or digital marketing, or whether it's something else. Like your marketing should be part and parcel of your business, because when you start out your business, you have your goals, and you've got your business strategy and all of that. Part of seeing all of that come through, or come to fruition rather, is with the use of marketing. And in this discussion, we're talking particularly digital marketing. So we do come across clients who see the value in having you, but it's for a very limited amount of time. And they almost want you to move mountains on small budgets, or move mountains in a very short amount of time. I actually saw a video. Some guy was like, "You've got to give your clients 3 options. Like, do they want something good? Do they want something fast? Or do they want something cheap? But they can only choose 2 out of those 3 things. So if you want it good and fast, it's not going to be cheap. If you want it cheap and good, it's going to be fast." And so yeah, I share the same sentiment in terms of client retention as a challenge. I also think that South African business owners they're not really adopters of anything new, right? So they almost want to see someone else do it first, someone who looks like them, who's in the exact same sort of position they're in, before they do it. Like I sell digital templates for argument's sake. I don't understand why South Africans aren't as keen on those as like Americans or the Brits. It's really the easiest way to keep a cohesive brand on your social media. But it's almost like, oh no, I don't know anyone else who does it, so no thanks, And I think that's a pity, because we've got some great businesses, we've got great business owners, and there's really room to do some stunning things with some of the companies that I've come across. But that fear of failure, or fear of being the first to do it, actually almost makes our jobs as marketers twice as hard. And it doesn't have to be that way. And I think for me, another big challenge is obviously time management. I am a single mom, and I do this, and my kids are full-time jobs. So it's always a battle of what time am I knocking off. And it's weird, because in my contracts, I'll say like it's business hours, but there's Boo Boo the Fool at like 8 o'clock in the evening chatting to clients. And so I have to be much, much better at that. But yeah, I share the exact same struggles in my business as Tepang does.
Thank you so much, Kitty. Lerato, let's try it again.
I'm hoping this works out, because it seems my Wi-Fi is against me today. Okay. So I was telling she got started. I hope you guys can hear me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay. Just needed confirmation before I went on. Okay. Yeah, that I actually decided that I was going to start my own business. And this was because of a series of, I had decided to take a gap year because, well, I just was not sure what I was doing. Let me take a gap year and figure out what I was doing. During the gap year, expected that I was going to be able to get a job. Yeah, that there was like unemployment, but so I did get a job. As explaining the other time, I was one of the comments and would ask you to wanted to open an account. By the way, that job is painful. Respect those people. Then I left after 2 weeks and looking for another job. And yes, at this for a job with my matric, I know I honestly have had hope. So I did that job until I finally realized that, honestly speaking, there are no no jobs. Like when people were saying that there are no jobs. And then I was like, okay, so I was planning on going to university to study more. As I can see, the honest truth is that I'm going to go and study at university after 3 years because I won't be able to get a job. So I decided to then, I was like, okay, so clearly working for me and most probably hasn't worked for a lot of people because there are a lot of people that are sick, even though all of the degrees and the master and everything, but then it's still not working because, so I was like, okay, so let me start something of my own. Let me try to do something of my about it for a few months. I think it was during the
Oh no, Lerato's frozen.
Oh, frozen. Okay. So okay, I'm going to put Lerato in. How has how has
there
these
was 100.
challenges made you? Oh,
Oof, Lord.
yo, network ya gago ya re khata bathong. Must be
It's
back
very
in froze. Yo, no, that's funny. Okay,
Yeah, she's
okay.
frozen.
Tshepang, how has some of the challenges like before you started and now made you a better entrepreneur?
Wow. Okay, so the first thing is I'm able to develop thick and you throw whatever you want to throw. I will catch it, and because of this, during I think August of last year, I'm not gonna do this. I studied law. I'm gonna be Annalise Keating. I'm gonna stick to the plan. I'm gonna stop this. I'm how to get away was the plan. And then and this year came and I was like, fell in love with marketing. The marketing. So let me try it again, but this time understand why it is that I'm so that I have, experience allowed me to have a thick skin. But the period where I allowed me time to think about why I'm doing it, so that like to throw at me, I'll catch it and throw it back at you. I'm doing, and I know that I'm in this for the long 2 minutes or 2 seconds. So the content that I create, it's in the strategies, it's in the clients that I attract as well. That's how for a very long time. So yeah, I think resilience is the biggest thing of me become a better understanding of why I'm doing what I'm doing, getting any clients. That's I think the ability to is very important. The biggest thing is create. What do you do when things are to plan in those moments? You from the norm, you have to deviate from the status quo, creative for you to keep going. Forced me to be creative in order for me to be, yeah.
Awesome. Um, Katie, are you ready? Kitty? Kitty, are you ready?
So yeah, I'm here. So I think one of the big things I've learned
Okay, good.
is, yeah, sometimes I've got to move in silence. I get so excited about um, ideas, and I'm big on collaboration, and I want to collaborate with people and move and create and do big, amazing things. And it's an unfortunate lesson, but it's a good lesson that I've learned that not everyone is for you, right? And sometimes moving in silence is golden. It was sometime last year, there was a girl on TikTok. I loved her approach, I loved her everything. And I contacted her and I was like, hey, listen, hun, I'm working on this thing. It's when I was just starting out with my digital products. I was like, I'm working on this. Would you be keen to collab? Absolutely. We sort of chatted once or twice, but it was always hard to sort of find time to really sit down and unpack it. I'm not even kidding. Like 2 months later, this girl has taken that and is doing it or has done it. And a part of me was like, look, it's not a unique concept to me. It isn't something unique. I'm not the first person to do digital products. But at that time when I was like looking, there weren't a lot of South African creators. In fact, I don't even think there are a lot now doing digital products. And I was just so disappointed in how blatant. But it also taught me a big lesson. Besides not like to everyone, it also taught me that sometimes like the ideas that I have or the ideas that you have, don't sit on them for too long, because someone else is going to do it, and it's going to take you even longer to come out of that shell shockness of, oh my gosh, I was going to do this exact same thing, and now I feel like I can't because now this, but like, so if it's going to take you a long time to execute on something, don't sit on it too long, because someone else is going to do it, and you'll feel like a real dwarf when you see it come into life and working for something. Also your idea. I think that's been my biggest lesson, like not to second guess myself too much. I suffer from perfection paralysis. So if I'm putting, just like I would do for my clients, if I want to put something out, I need it to be 100% perfect. Like, and everyone's like, just do it, you'll fix it, just do it, you'll fix it. And I don't want to see Pambili. I don't want to wait until, but I've had to learn to, like, certain things, just let go and let God, if it pops, it pops. If it flops, it flops. But the idea is to just do it. Yeah, I need to be better at that sort of mind language with myself when I'm doing content for myself. To do content for my clients is the easiest thing for me. I do it so totally. I have no fun. But for me, it's like a whole other beast. Like, even just sitting in front of a camera. By the time I post a TikTok, guys, you don't know how long I've been sitting on it, like stewing in my heart. Like, did I say that right? Like, oh my gosh, I've got like a speck of and delete that. So yeah, like I really had to learn to not hard on myself. And not everything needs collaboration. I'm very capable of doing things on my own, but I just want so many people to win at the same time. So that's also my other thing. But yeah.
Okay. I also struggle with being on camera and creating content for myself. I still need to, so many people have told me, record yourself, send yourself. I can tell you, I'm just like, wait a minute. So I'm just sitting on my stuff. I'm just looking myself, but anyway, yeah, I'll get it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I did drama for 7 years. I did all 5 years of high school drama, And in my first 2 years of varsity, I majored in arts, which meant that I had to be on stage. One day, I got on stage, I forgot all my lines for a script that I'd written, by the way. I forgot my own lines.
Oh God.
And I completely froze. And in that exact moment, I was like, no, wait, hold on. It's not in front I want to be, it's the back I want to be at. So, yeah, like terrible stage fright, but so yeah, I need to keep working and keep refining that skill. I wish I was more like Lerato, because she gets in there and you see on camera, and she's just like, do you know why your business is? And I'm like, oh gosh. I was
Like like Lerato le Tshepang. Every time I see the videos, I'm
To
just
be
like,
fair,
oh, eh?
hey,
and public speaking all through high school, so it's okay.
girl, like I did debates, I did Toastmasters, I did street law. I've done all of that. But one day, the spirit of public speaking decided, okay, my job done here, and left. So I've got to start all over again. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's an age thing as well. Like maybe I'm getting too self-conscious. I don't know what it is. But yeah, like it's a lesson. That particular one
I
is a
completely
lesson I'm trying to.
understand.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying like every day to get over, and I think I'm getting better at it. I think.
It's nice to hear that other people are. The thing is, I feel like you guys don't that you. My face just doesn't show it. But
No, like your whole body doesn't show it. You're like, does your business need these things? And then Tshepang is also very much like, hey, yo, anyway, if you know what's good for your business, I'm just like, like, it's a mess. It's a mess.
So yeah.
but I feel like I have that much of a hard time when it comes to like getting on camera, because even on my personal account, who people know about, I used to actually record TikTok video and I'll just be going on, just ranting about anything. So it's something that I've been doing for quite some time. It wasn't a thing. I did not have a problem with picking up the phone and just recording and posting it.
So yeah, talking about Lerato, we talk about challenges.
But
The network delayed.
some of the challenges that I was facing.
Yeah.
Okay. So challenge that I had, okay, second biggest, I'll go on to the first afterwards, was imposter syndrome. Such a hard time convincing myself that I was ready to finally it's so long, and even Tshepang scolded me about it. Be like, hey, I'm ready now. I can actually do this. I know what I'm doing, and I know that I'm promising him. But I knew I could do it. But like, what if someone pays me and then I'm not able to do it? What if I don't have as much knowledge as I do? When a client asks me a question or I don't have the answer to it, which has never, I swear we are our own worst enemies, because that has never happened. I have now. I have never had any problems with answering any questions that she had, any problems with helping her with whatever challenges she was facing. But these were things I was stressed about. clients because I thought that, I'd end up disappointing them. So imposter syndrome was a big issue for me. And it was only I have been prolonging this whole far too long. And whether I like it or not, I need to, right now, all I'm doing is just shooting some things in the air and hoping that someone not wants to actually get on a call with them. It makes no sense. You were saying?
No, it's just saying you still breaking a bit.
Okay. Too much. I can find a way to fix it. I don't know how. But
Like it's just yes.
okay. The biggest issue that I actually had, the biggest challenge that I had was I'm a huge procrastinator. And that has been stopping me from doing so much. And then I wait till last minute to do it. And which is terrible because I have college, I'm clients. That's not a good thing. I still remember I've had a meeting. I didn't prepare. I genuinely did not prepare. I'd waited till last minute. I was like, I'm gonna prepare an hour. I know, like, the lucky thing was I already know everything that I would say to the client. The issue was that I was like, I'm gonna prepare an hour or two before I got, and then I was like, no, I can't go on like this. If I continue like this, at some point it's gonna catch up on me. The biggest issue that I've had all through this whole year of me getting to, I procrastinate so much, but I'm working on it. I'm getting better. I'm planning things without actually doing it last minute. So it's getting better, but those are like the two, imposter syndrome and procrastination.
How have those made you a better entrepreneur?
How what?
How have those challenges made you a better entrepreneur?
Also, imposter syndrome. I feel like the fact that I had imposter syndrome was I didn't believe that I had enough knowledge, or I didn't even trust myself. So to learn so that I was sure that I knew what I was talking about. I'm constantly learning. Either way you find me, I am always learning, which is at this point I feel like it's a bad thing now because I'm always learning. If I'm not watching a YouTube video, if I'm not reading something, if I'm what I'm doing. I even have a hard time giving myself like some free time because when I spend like little time that I should have to myself, I dedicate that time. So I feel like when it comes to the challenge of like imposter syndrome, it forced me to be better. Because right now I can tell you, as much as that imposter syndrome is kind of still a big issue anymore, because I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly giving myself prove to myself that I'm as good as I say I am. And then when it comes to procrastination, I feel like I had to realize just how bad it can get last minute for me to like snap out of it and finally do what I need to do beforehand. So it has, when it comes to procrastination, it has helped me with making sure that it's like proper before time without having to wait. So I make sure that I do everything that I need to do before the day that is due. So it was a good thing that I had these challenges because they am right now and how I actually do business.
Awesome. So I'm gonna ask you guys two more questions, and then we're gonna just dive into the topic. Okay. Kitty.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Lorato's mic which keeps
Yeah.
breaking,
So
so
what?
I'm hearing like every other word. Lorato's mic
Oh
was
yeah.
still breaking. Excuse me.
So what do you? So what do you best about what you do? And what keeps you motivated?
Sorry, please say that. What keeps me motivated?
What do you
I'm
enjoy?
passionate about not
What
faith.
keeps you? So I was asking. So yeah, because we delayed. Oh Jesus
Stefan heard
Christ!
me.
Netflix. Oh Jesus. So,
Yes.
yeah. So I was
No, I
asking, what do you do? What do you
definitely.
eat? Uh,
No, I was just saying I'm stairs gone.
so yeah, I was asking, what do you enjoy most about what you do, and what keeps you motivated?
What I enjoy the most about what I do is that, like, I'm a creative person, by nature. I write for fun. Like, I really enjoy writing. So, and I love like trying new technologies and new things. Like, I'm that person who, if there's like a 14-day free trial, I have probably used it because I want to see how this thing works. I want to test it out. I want to try it on myself. I want to find a guinea pig client who's like, okay, cool, let's try it, and I like if it messes up, it messes up. But the thing I love about what I do is that I get to experiment freely with everything I want to experiment with. And if you've worked in corporate, you'll know that it's not as flexible. Like they have their systems and the way things are done. And yeah, and if you want to try something new, it's got to go through a whole lot of levels. So I really enjoy that freedom to like look around, see what other people are doing, try things out for myself, try things out for my clients. I really, really love that. Excuse me, and I love the fact that like it's perfectly legitimately acceptable for me to find a new font and like create content around it. Like that is wild. Not everyone can do that in their work. So I really enjoy that. What was the other question? What I love about my job and what keeps me motivated. Oh, yeah, my kids. I know it sounds like really dodgy and well, not dodgy. So it sounds yeah, Panama bundle. Can't think of the word now.
Cliche.
Cliche, that's the word. Yes, it sounds cliche. I've got a 17-year-old. She's so smart and such a hard worker. And I really want for her to be able to do the things that she wants to do with her life. She wants to go into medicine. I don't think that's a good idea, but that's not my decision to make. But she wants to go to a faraway varsity. I want to be able to provide that for her, and money doesn't fall from the sky. So I really try to work with the idea that yes, I'm doing this because I'm passionate about not starving to death, but I'm also doing it to afford my kids. I don't want to say the type of life I didn't have because I think I grew up quite well, but I want them to be able to play and figure themselves out. I think for my generation, we were told go to school, matriculate, go to varsity, graduate, get a job. And like I was saying to you guys earlier, my first years of varsity, I was a drama major. I was a dramatic arts major. And halfway through, I'm like, no, actually, that's not it. And I've cost my parents so much money trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. And I want my kids to have that flexibility to be able to say, look, I'm not sure what I want to do just yet. I'd like to like explore my options. I don't want them to feel bad that if they don't do this thing now, then the money's gonna finish and they'll never be able to do it. I don't want that for them. So they definitely keep me motivated. My son is 6 and I'm a single mom. I'd like for him to see that, it's 100% possible for your mother to be single, to work hard, and this whole narrative about when I don't want to say it like in a bad way, but there's a narrative that like kids who was raised by single parents like have hard lives and lots of hardship. I don't want that for my son. So I do, and I'm very deliberate even about like showing them the work that I do, like constantly. Like now I'm like, guys, I'm gonna do a webinar. Like you can sit here and listen, but you have to listen only, you can't talk. Or like, guys, I've just created this website. Do you want to come look? I'm very intentional about bringing them into this world because I want them to see that it doesn't have to end with like a degree. You can choose another path. You can go into entrepreneurship. Mom did it and she's doing pretty okay. So they definitely keep me motivated. Plus, I want a new car. So that's also a thing. That keeps me going.
Oh,
Yeah.
how you find your business?
Sorry, please say that again. You were breaking.
Oh,
I've lost you completely.
how did you get this for your business? So financing this.
How did I get into this business?
Amy, how did you finance your business actually?
How did I finance my business? Okay, so I'm a big believer in zero finance. Like I am. Like if you can get away with not paying for, and I wish lots of business owners do this. If you can get away with not paying for it, don't. I'm serious. I see people on Facebook posting like, I've got 2,000 Rand. What kind of business can I start? Oh my God, you're like a multi-millionaire. Like for a small business owner, if you've got 2,000 Rand. I didn't spend, to say I didn't spend a cent is an exaggeration. So, I mean, obviously registering a business, there's a fee associated with that. Buying a domain was like 80, no, at that time, GoDaddy was selling domains for like $3. And I bought a domain for $3 and, it's there and I own it and it's mine. And I'm always trying to find a free alternative. I think, and especially in the digital marketing space, there's this misconception that everything costs money. It doesn't have to. Yes, I can get a premium platform like Later, for instance, and pay a subscription for that. Or if I'm really starting out and I'm struggling for cash or whatever, I just create a content plan in Excel, and then I use Facebook to schedule my content. I think I've been fortunate that I've worked in this industry for so long. I know that there's ways around doing what we do without really having to put money into it. And I think it's a pity that a lot of creators will come on and be like, use this tool, and then you go look. The first thing I do is I go Google and I look at price, and I'm like, $29 a month. So I didn't really have to like find to build my website. I've been building websites. To do the branding, I've always done my own branding. It's not something I need to outsource. The brand strategy, that's what I was doing anyway for a living, so I didn't need to outsource. If anything, the investment I put in was time investment, in the sense that I was going out and like learning from other people. So YouTube like reading article investment. If I spend $500 starting my business, that's a ton of money. I can promise you that. I'm not even lying. I hardly spend anything.
Kitty, is it just me?
I really like. I think there's a delay. I mean, I hear you going on there.
Yeah,
You
your network.
Sorry, Han.
Okay. Nice.
I cannot hear you if you are speaking.
Yo. Can you hear me now? Lerato, she's frozen, ne?
Yes, you are cutting.
Yo.
Like I hear
Yes.
for some time.
Must I repeat the question for you again? Okay, kikinya pa. Oh, like it's like we have load shedding net.
Pretty bad.
Now can you hear me? Yeah, Ash, that's so just
Okay, is it the
killing everything.
same question that you had?
Yes.
Okay, let me just answer it because the session is going to be a problem. So the first question was, oh no. I remember what motivates you. What was the other question?
It
Okay,
What do you
was
motivate?
what
What you
motivates
enjoy
motivate
about what you do.
and what you love about your job.
Oh, okay. What do you love about your business, basically? Okay. I can help people. And I can help people by doing what I like doing, which is talking. Talks a lot. That's something that everyone around me knows. I talk a lot on for as long as possible. And something that I've always been passionate about was debating and public speaking. Like as soon as I finished high school, I would never be able to get that back. But now with what I get, that the excitement and the adrenaline rush again when I was debating. That's the same thing that I get every time on a live, every time I talk to a client. I don't know how to explain it. That feeling is so, it's so good. I feel so good, exhausted, and I can't really talk for some time because my voice is scratchy. But I love what I do. I love talking to people. I love connecting with people. I have made so many friends from social media. I feel like I know these people, and yet we've never met. I love what I do because of the fact that I'm able to connect with people, start businesses that I know are going to be sustainable and they'll keep those businesses going. That someone at some point is going to be telling their friend, their relative that, hey, I worked with Lerato, helped me build my business. She helped me get the customers that I have, that brings me joy. Yes, I do it. Obviously, you start a business for money, but I feel like even if there was no money doing it, that's just how much I am so passionate about marketing people and teaching people and talking to people. So a way for me to do what I love and a way for me to meet people, get the opportunity to serve. That is what I love about my job, basically. Second question that you asked was what keeps me motivated? As I don't want you guys to think that I'm contradicting myself. As much as I say that I'll do this, even if I wasn't getting paid for it, what I do is because I want to change my life. My parents honestly speaking, they gave me a really good life, and they themselves were able to build a very, I feel like your parents take you to a certain point, and after that, it's you who has to they lift you and get to a higher position. So that is something that I always, yes, they might not at the moment agree with me doing this, because the way for you to be successful is through education, traditional education. And I understand how they were able to build their own lives, but that's not how I'm planning to do it with knowledge. But I do this to be able to finance my dreams, to finance, which is starting a business, helping people. That's what I love doing. So what motivates being able to attain financial freedom? I want to at some point not to have about money at all. I don't want to have to worry about, okay, so budgeting, if I want to do something, I don't like that life. I don't want to have to stress vacation, how much is it going to cost me? I don't want to have to worry about that. I keep saying it because that's the life that I worry about money at all. Money should never be a thing. So I want to get to that point. I get to the point I will have to worry about money quite a lot until I can get there. And that's what keeps me going, even when I feel like I just don't want to do anymore. Financial freedom for me is the number one thing that keeps me going, that motivates me, even though I don't feel like it and I really don't want to do this and I just want to sleep. So that's what motivates me. Me, or are you quiet?
My
Okay.
my thing is low. You know what I'm saying? After said so my question is gonna be can you a pre-record?
Oh, Henry, we really can't
like
hear you.
I'm gonna send you the questions that I wanted to get answered. Can you hear me now?
We can't really hear you.
No, we
We can't
can't.
hear you.
Oh my god.
Just
This is the worst.
type in the chat box.
My left is okay. Can you hear me?
Please, can you type in the chat box? Breaking.
Are we all breaking? Because Stepan, you're also like starting to break a little bit, whereas before you weren't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a delay and a cut.
Yo, guys, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Now we can.
Are we all frozen? Hello.
Okay, now I can hear you. Hello. I was just checking what it looks like on YouTube, and it's like all like cutting.
Yeah. You know what? Hear me. Well, you hear me. I don't know if you can. So I was thinking after Tang has answered, if she can, I think that as for the topic, because we can't. Okay. Good.
Well, cut house.
Okay, guys. Let's go into. I'm gonna end the conference call, and then I think I have a suggestion.
Okay.
What did she say?
Okay. She said, I heard her say she's gonna cut this, and then she's gonna get us on a conference call and something about suggestion. I don't know what the next part was, but I think it's better
Yeah.
because I mean, yeah.
This
So
is
wait,
getting
are we
ghetto.
gonna jump off now?